Yes, I'm testing out the gimbal mount on the motorcycle, and yes, I've got to get used to it because it's awkward. Anyway, we're at Melton Airfield, and a little history lesson. 30 plus years ago, I learnt to drive here. I could already drive a tractor because I started doing that at 14. But when we first came here, my dad's brother used to live at Melton Mowbray. All this was still, concrete and all that lot. It was one of the runways, I'm guessing. It's now an industrial estate and it's private property, and has been for a lot of years. But they used to have a market here, and it was really good. It was like a big event. So I think a couple of times a year they used to have a big market, and it was a grand day out from it. And yes, I learnt to drive on the runway, basically, which explains a lot. Anyway, we're out on Spurt, and he's all right. He's behaving. I've just stopped at the Welcome Café for poached eggs and a coffee. Delicious as ever. Not a lot of places can do a good poached egg, but they can. So yes, I just thought I'd give you that short, boring history lesson. So there we go, we'll continue on with the ride. Lovely. Hi, Dick Spanner here, expert mechanic. Yes. I'm about as expert a mechanic as that tit from Dell's workshop. Anyway, yeah, well, before you start hating, a man that advises you to change your coolant when it's boiling is a prick. Anyway, my ride out was lovely. I've done 81 miles. Bike ran faultless, and everything was alright. Stopped off at Melton Airfield, as you saw, and I went back home via Melton Mowbray through Melton Town, because I haven't been through there for ages, and then out on the 6006, which kicks you out eventually to the A46. I forget the place name it goes through, Ashfordby, something like that. Anyway, probably got it completely wrong. And then come back home via the A46, M1, M69, get off on the first junction, round the local road, back home. And it was all alright. And then I kept the bike outside for a couple of hours, just while we had some visitors here and the mad dog. And I went to move it, and it was like the battery was dead. Ignition lights and stuff were really dull, and it wasn't even a click from the starter relay. It was just nothing. So I thought, wonder if I've left the ignition on, or side lights or something like that, just an idiot. So anyway, I left it a bit, tried it again, still the same. So got the multimeter on the battery, 13.5 volts, put the ignition on, between 4 and 8 volts. I think that's not right. Ooh no. So had a quick look at the starter relay. That's fine. That's on the floor. Hello. And then I thought, right, we better check the regulator rectifier. So I pulled back its protective sheath and found this. Yes. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Rectifier's fucked. I'm hoping it's not the stator. I don't think it is the stator. I think it's the regulator rectifier. Usually what happens is, obviously you're getting voltage up the stator, goes into the regulator rectifier, and then gets spunked out as usable voltage and charges the battery. If it does it too much, it boils the battery. If it does it too little, you can just run out of sparkulators. I was quite fortunate to get home. That may have happened in the last mile coming home, because I did have all the side panels and stuff off the other day. I always check the electrical plugs just to make sure they're alright, and it was fine, it was okay. But yes, the rectifier had melted onto the connector. Now that, just to say, it could have happened in the last mile, but come on, it's 30 years old. It's a 93 bike. We're now 2024. Ooh, well done, Jim, you remembered. So, you know, 30 years out of a standard Japanese rectifier is effing good going. I shall replace it when I have got the pennies. I've been on a couple of short weeks and the money just isn't there to replace it at the moment. I'm going to fit an Electrex World one because it's better than OEM, and it comes with another plug and spade connectors and stuff, so you can actually rewire those wires, and that's about 75 quid. So I shall get that as and when pennies allow. I've also got a new decal, a pair of decals, wank, for the Aprilia. I've gone for some black and white Union Jacks. Yes. So anyway, I think that just about concludes this video, unless I put some little extra bits on at the end, which I might do. So stay tuned. Have a very good bank holiday weekend. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing, and bugger off.
What the?
Well, what a bloody rigmarole, Sergeant Major. Anyway, I want to change some bulbs in the clocks because the revometer isn't lit, the coolant gauge isn't lit, I've got no high beam marker. So we're just going to go through the bulbs, make sure they're all replaced and stuff, and I'm replacing that panel as well because I've got another one in the shitty shed. So I'm going to crack on with that. But yes, all that had to come off, which is all this mirrors shit I've got a repair to do on this. That's cracked all the way along there. I've got some extremely strong super glue which will fix that, and I wanted to have a look at the headlight adjuster on that on the back because it feels like it's not engaging at the back, but I'll have a look at that in a bit. The main job is to make sure we get illumination, especially on the high beam marker when you ride along and you don't even know it's on. Yes, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, that explains no high beam marker, no bloody bulb. Disgraceful. And here is the other panel. As you can see, there is some Japanese writing on it, and I've done a quick Google Translate, and it says rider has a massive penis. Yes. Probably. Well, hello. Yes, I've put the motorcycle inside now because it's gone all black and horrible in the sky, and there's a good chance it's going to rain, so I put everything away instead of fanning around in the rain. And I noticed on one of the side panels here, it has had a previous repair. Somebody's put a strip of copper and pop riveted it. You can still get these. There are quite a few around in the brackers, and this one's got a crack there as well. I may just end up replacing it, but as you can see, it's got a nice crack in it, and as you all know, I do enjoy a good crack. Yes, it's been 10 years. Anyway, I've got some very, 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 very good super glue, this shite, from the Jungle website. It is very, very good indeed. And all I'm going to do is just separate this very, very slightly and gentlingly, and then I'm going to run a bead of super glue on it. It will naturally sit together, and I'm just going to leave it overnight. And then what I've got to do, I've got to adjust this latch. I bought a toolbox lock, basically, in Blick, because the lock was missing, and it's a bang on the right eye. I think it's a 17mm one. It's bang on the right eye, but I've just got to cut a bit off this because this is way too long. So I'll literally halve it, and then it'll go in the slot of slottage, lovely, and then I will have a little lockable compartment. How lovely. Anyway, no doubt I'll film another little bit when I'm back inside the shed. Or this might be it, who knows? Yes. Testicles.